just really excited to be on campus because I get to see all my friends again. So it's just a really, communal, just kind of like feeling to be back. So couldn't ask for any better.
It feels great. I mean, the Cub family's pretty cool, and being in the classroom with all my friends is fun, and great teachers, so it's overall a great experience.
Like, genuinely, I feel like campus has grown a lot more. As a senior, I feel like I have a lot more experience on campus. I can help lead the juniors and the sophomores and the freshmen, so it's a lot more of a responsibility for me, but I think it's a good learning experience.
Feels great. I missed this class, I missed the school in general. The summer went by pretty fast, but happy to be back, loving the teachers and all my friends out here.
I feel very excited being here for the first time after my brother. I feel great. I feel amazing.
Oh, it's great, man. I get to see all my friends, my teachers, counselors, and it's a good environment around here, good energy. So I'm happy to be back.
It feels great. I love it here, but I will say it's kind of tough walking from one side of the school to the other. Yeah. The teachers here are nice, so I got good teachers, and I'm finally a junior now, so I can act like an upperclassman and be a good role model. Yeah. That's all I got.
It feels amazing. The air is very studious, and I'm ready to learn and experience all my classes this year.
It feels pretty good to be back with all the homies and just to be in class again, and the environment is good, and yeah, everything's good. Life's good.
I want to say, it really feels good to be back. There's a sense of brotherhood here, and being on summer, you don't have that same sense of brotherhood because you're alone. You're not with all your Cubs. So being here really feels great to be back in the learning environment and doing what we need to be doing to progress our lives.
Hi, I'm Peter Berger, and today we're here with Mr. Zucker, one of the head coaches of the speech and debate team, to talk about the upcoming Loyola High School speech and debate tournament. So, Mr. Zucker, how do you feel about your speech and debate team this year?
Yeah, thanks, Peter. Thanks for having me here to talk about this, because I think, in many ways, speech and debate is going through a huge change that's taking place, not just for our team, but right now really across the country. Coming out of COVID, it was really tough on everybody because speech and debate had to be online. And at first, that was great. Because when COVID first hit, we were kind of the only shot in town because we could do stuff online. But after that, people were kind of feeling like they were isolated. Like doing debate online was just not as much fun. They wanted to go out, they wanted to be in person. They wanted to debate with people right up front. And that's the good news, is that now we're starting to head towards that. So we've got some great leaders on our team who are looking to reconstruct the team, make sure that we can build up that excitement again to be a part of the team.
So that's great. What do you think some strengths of your team are?
So I think one of the big strengths of our team that we've been working on now for the last few years, between myself and our other head coach, Mr. Zach Sandoval, the math department, is to be more inclusive. So we've added on more and more events onto the team. We used to only have like 1 or 2 events. Now we have about 3 or 4 events that people can choose from. Plus, we've got amazing student leaders in every single one of those. In fact, one of our events, Student Congress, has really been built up by the student leaders themselves. And we've got great student leaders in our other events too, like Public Forum and Lincoln Douglas. So I think we've got a really bright future coming.
So I understand we're having a tournament here and we're hosting a bunch of different high schools. How do you feel your team will do at that tournament?
Yeah, thanks for asking about that. So actually, that particular tournament we don't get to compete at. And the reason why we don't compete is because we host. And so whenever a school hosts, they never compete at their own tournament, because what if you were to win your own tournament, right? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So what we do is that we have been hosting now for the last 10 years a national tournament, and that was started up by our previous head coach, Coach Michael Overing. And it's been on for 10 years, and we basically have teams that come from everywhere from California out to the Southwest region, so places like Nevada and Arizona, and even outside of that, people come out to compete, and they compete in Lincoln Douglas. Now, here's the great thing about that. So at the end of every single year of speech and debate, I know it sounds kind of debate-ish here, but we have a big tournament in the country called the Tournament of Champions. Think of it as like the Super Bowl debate. And only about 75 debaters get invited to every single one of the different events at this particular tournament. Now, in order to get there, you have to compete at tournaments like ours and win in order to get one of the requirements, in order to get to that tournament. The great thing for us is we have one of those requirements. And so that's why we're able to attract people from all over the country to come out and want to compete. So we're really excited in this 10th year to be able to continue to host that tournament for schools, like I said, all across the country.
Well, I wish your team luck. Thank you very much, Mr. Zucker.
Thanks so much, Peter.
Last Friday, the Loyola Cubs played against the Damien Spartans and suffered a tough loss, including a turnover and many runs they could not stop. Let's look at some huddle recap highlights. One tough play for the Cubs was when a Damien defensive back displayed great athleticism and intercepted Xavier Rice's pass.
The Cubs did make up for it, though, with a nice sack by number 10, Zach Bowles, a defensive standout on the team this year. Another good moment was a 42-yard run by number 47, senior John Batista. However, the play of the night was definitely the 51-yard touchdown reception by number 86 freshman Kyle Robertson. Despite the 34-7 loss, the Cubs are looking forward to their next game against the Culver City Centaurs.
What's up, Cubs? It's your senior Joshua Ferguson here with the upcoming events and dates for the month of September. On the 2nd, we have the debate tournament weekend. On the 9th, we have the deadline for course changes as well as mass. On the 15th, we have the activities fair and the junior and senior back to school night. On the 16th, the Cubs are trying to bounce back against the football team Chaminade. And then on the 19th, we have the Frost Off back to school night. And the 24th, we have the student dance. And that's all for us. Thanks for tuning in to Cub Channel 304, recorded in Pinney 304. We have upcoming events and episodes that will be out on cubcast.org.